Stakeholders in the agricultural sector are emphasizing the need for Nigeria to take its rightful place in cocoa economy, not just in Africa but globally, as a sure means of revenue generation away from oil. Experts who spoke at a two-day training on cocoa grading in Lagos expressed worry that Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana are taking the shine off Nigeria in cocoa production and trading in Africa, even though Nigeria's cocoa is far better than theirs. They added that Nigeria needs to advance from the 1959 ordinance being used by the federal produce to the modern way of grading cocoa in line with the Federation of Cocoa Commerce rules.
We were able to train the produce officers in the proper methods for grading at our ports and at the farms when they go to see them. So that is better for us. We can start inching towards achieving premium prices for our cocoa. We did not sign the European Partnership Act, which has led us to lose out to premium pricing for cocoa, which Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire are enjoying presently. But nonetheless, the Nigerian cocoa is still very strong. The aroma is wonderful, and so there's still a very high demand for it. But we must be able to just get our produce officers to be in sync with what the international world expects.
We are number 7 in the hierarchy of producing country. Ivory Coast produces 2.2 million. Ghana produces 1 million tons. The combination of Ghana and Ivory Coast is just exactly the southwest. That means if we annex our opportunities, we can get 2-3 million tons. We don't have any business with poverty.
They identified poor road infrastructure and corruption as some factors that hamper successful export of cocoa in the country and urged government to create the needed enabling environment to drive the sector.
In Apapa and Tinkan, this is also a big issue that needs to be addressed and which is also affecting the cocoa business in Nigeria. The fact that cocoa has to stay 1 month in container before being exported is an issue. The quality, at the end of the day, it affects the quality. It creates a situation where people are afraid of buying Nigeria because they fear that, first, they are not sure they will get the cocoa in time. They have a commitment to deliver a factory at a certain time. And because the cocoa stayed 1 month in container, they are afraid that they will get 100% damages. So you have issues that you can address as cocoa players, and there are issues that are just larger than us, larger than the cocoa industry.
All this cocoa goes on the port. Government is losing money every day through people who are not declaring what they export from Nigeria. Foreigners come here, they buy at discount because it's easier for you to buy cocoa here and ship without any record. It's not happening in Ivory Coast. It's not happening in Ghana. Ivory Coast and Ghana get 350 pounds more than what a Nigerian trader gets. But our cocoa is better than theirs in terms of aroma, in terms of quality. So the government needs to create a regulatory body, not trading regulatory body. The custom needs to be alive to their duties. Corruption needs to be stamped out in the custom.
The training hopes to engender a paradigm shift from trading Nigerian cocoa at differentials to a trading at premium for economic growth.